the exact conjunction of Venus and Ketu, or Venus and South Node, happens on the 11th of July 2026, but the energies start manifesting a week 10 days prior, and they last up until the entire month of July. So let's start with deciphering and breaking down how Venus and Ketu will play out in the lives of most people. This conjunction is occurring in the sign of Leo or Singh Rashi and the nakshatra of Magha. Now, Venus and Ketu are actually encouraging meetings and reunions within the family circle, within the ancestral circle. So, if there are people, cousins, or relatives, or aunts and uncles that you haven't met or seen for a very long time, the planets will push you towards that direction. They could be visiting your city or town, or you could be traveling to their city or their town, and there could be a chance meeting if you guys are not planning it out, or they could be, a fixed meeting, and you could even end up meeting people you may have grudges with in the past. Try to keep an open mind this time around, because Magha is a nakshatra of your lineage, and any stuck ancestral karma or debts we owe to our ancestral lineage, or even what they owe to us. So try to keep an open mind. If you are having to see somebody you have had bad blood with in the past from the extended family circle, and if they are there in front of you, keep a civilized front, and let the communication flow, and see whether there is a breakthrough, whether they are coming to you and having a conversation with you, or whether you can let your guard down and allow for some clarification conversation. This will really help in fast tracking or eliminating any stuck karma, because remember, Magha Nakshatra is a Gandanta Nakshatra. It is a nakshatra of the knot of very sticky karma, which is carried forward in your lineage through the DNA and is passed down. That karma gets passed down, the responsibility or the baton gets passed down. So if you're given the opportunity by Venus and by Ketu to clear old bruises and wounds and pains and hurts, try and do that. Now, this is a great conjunction to have a clarification conversation with a parent, because the reality is that in today's day and age, I am seeing a lot of misunderstanding and bitterness between parents and their children, or sometimes the child is way into adulthood, so the child, him or herself, could be in their 40s or their 30s, but they still have a lot of anger or rage towards a particular parent, and maybe the parent has not been fair to them. And this is important to talk about, because there are certain conjunctions under which these energies are promoted. The energy of pushing through with that hard conversation and breaking that hard shell. So Venus and Ketu in the sign of Leo is actually a very, very good time for that one-on-one discussion, that difficult, icky discussion. Why I'm really pushing hard for this is because Leo is the sign of one-on-one. That sign and that Rashi holds the energy of understanding that one chosen person, rather than having a conversation in the middle of a lot of people. You don't need to push through, you could just wait it out and see whether the parent is responding and is able to understand you. If you are able to understand their viewpoint, this is the perfect opportunity configuration wise. So I do recommend having this one-on-one, heart to heart, soul to soul discussion under this planetary influence. What this conjunction is not good for is romantic relationships culminating into an engagement or a marriage. I strongly oppose this, even though some astrologers may promote the coming together of a long standing relationship. Personally, I will not approve of it, because whatever said and done, we are working with a very tricky energy here. So when it comes to the beginning of a relationship, I don't suggest going ahead under this planetary influence. I would say wait it out until we at least the month of August, just so that there is enough time and distance between Venus and Ketu for the relationship to actually fructify, and to for you to gain benefit out of the new relationship. For those who have been engaged for a very long time, unfortunately Venus Ketu is also the energy that gives a lot of engagement breakages. It gives the energy of breakups. So a little tricky around here. If there's a misunderstanding, it's a good time to sort it out, talk about things, but maybe don't take any hasty decisions, especially if you've been dating for a long time. Venus Ketu in Leo is also the energy of you discovering that your partner may have cheated. I know these are very very difficult and tricky situations, but if this is relevant to you and your life, I would suggest just take a back seat. Don't get angry or enraged. Just take a back seat, go off the grid for a few weeks, try to figure out what went wrong. If necessary, seek counseling. See if you want to continue the relationship, and then take your decision. Very interestingly, Venus and Ketu is also very indicative of it's symbolic of office romances and love within the office environment or a professional environment. So, if you have been involved with somebody at work, it's important to know that this influence in transit can actually bring things out in the open, especially if you or that person are already with someone else. So, if it's an extramarital situation, please remember that this this configuration is actually such a tricky one that it can bring things out in the open. And with Rahu in Aquarius, it can really harm the reputation. The gossip can spread like wildfire, because Aquarius is the energy of wildfire and Vayu and things spreading very very quickly. So please keep that in mind and proceed with caution. This is actually a very prosperous time for doing any religious activities or pujas or donations or dance, because Venus and Ketu reads and connects with the energies of the ancestors. One last piece of advice would be that if you or someone very close to you ends up having a few mood swings or ends up saying something, just have a bit of patience and let the energy pass, because Venus Ketu can highlight troubled emotions and hormonal swings and mood swings. So just let the energies pass, and if you feel a little hurt by words spoken by a loved one, take a back seat. Don't give a reaction instantly. Just let the energies pass, and they will themselves realize what they've done, and they will come back and apologize to you. So don't try to push too hard. If you have been asked for a loan, or someone has asked you to lend money to them, please decline, because honestly, under this configuration, you aren't going to get your money back anytime soon. And if you are currently trying to pursue someone to pay you back, if that person has been avoiding you, give it some time. I don't see you getting your money under this configuration. Wait till Venus and Ketu separate, and only then reach out to them. There is a higher possibility that they'll be able to actually give it back to you.